Welcome to Crazy Shit in Real Estate, a weekly podcast where I walk you through some of the wildest, most unbelievable stories you'll hear from the world of real estate. If you like real estate and you love crazy, this is the podcast for you. Before we get any further into this episode, I've got some information to share.
Oh, it's true. Real estate is super competitive and harder than you expected. That's why I created Leigh Brown University. It's everything you need to take you from point A to point whatever your goal is. You could be new to the business or a seasoned vet. I'll help you break through to the next level so that your professional life can look exactly like you desire. Enroll in Leigh Brown University today. I'll help you get there.
You know that we like to know what happens in the real life world of real estate. So Danielle, I cannot wait to hear what crazy story you decided to share with the world today about your journey in real estate. What's the crazy shit you've encountered?
Well, I think the one story I'm going to tell today is it's very current. And I even just had an update from like a half hour ago that we get to add. But it's just, I think it's something that we're going to see in the future just with all the COVID things and people being in their houses and doing weird things in their houses and on title. This one it was a land listing in LA for like $840,000 because it's LA, but it was almost 3 acres, which is really big for us. And in escrow, everything, buyer's getting hard money loan. So nothing too crazy with that. About the buyer had signed their loan docs. They were getting ready to wire the funds. And I get a call from my title rep and my escrow officer, because we have both here in Southern California, which isn't a good thing when they both call you around the same time. We already knew there was one judgment on the property, but we had the funds to cover it. The property's also in foreclosure, so we have a bit of a ticking clock. And then there's also back taxes, because but
of course.
Yeah, so it wasn't
you have back taxes if you got everybody else on the hook.
Yeah, so it wasn't the cleanest prelim to begin with, but we were definitely fine cash wise, and everything was going to clear out with like some extra, like 100,000 extra. But the calls that I get were, we found 3 more judgments on the property that just popped up, and this is like right when we're about to push the button. And one of them was for 250,000.
Of course it was.
Yes.
And you had 100,000 leftover equity, and now we got a new judgment for 250.
Yes, and then the other ones were only like 40,000. So, so obviously I first called the buyer's agent because I was representing the seller. I'm like, do not fund your loan, because like I don't want to deal with that angry call later when they pull all the cash out of their retirement account and then get all the penalties. Yeah. So fortunately we stopped it before that. And then we've just been trying to negotiate. And as of 2 days ago, of course, when you're traveling, good things happen usually. So they were able to negotiate the $250,000 off just to his primary residence. And they're only charging him $60,000 to do that. So we negotiated all the judgments down, and we are officially in the green, barely. And we just need to get the demand from the foreclosure company, and they were really paying the last time. They don't respond to emails or anything, or even though they legally have to give a demand, but it's fine. And that seems like the easiest part right now. But my client's assistant called me this morning. She's like, "Oh, does he have anything that he needs to sign in person?" And I'm like, "No, he already notarized." Yeah, and I was like, "He already signed the notary." So like the what is it called? The deed title. So I was like, the last time we were supposed to close, and that's still good. She's like, okay, good, because he has COVID. So
because of course, why wouldn't he have COVID with everything else going on?
Yeah. And she's like, he has COVID, so we can't get like his stuff off the property. It's like one like just storage thing off the property right now. And I was like, oh, that's the least of everybody's worries. It's land. They're not going to be doing anything for a while anyway. I'm like, okay, we'll just put in writing that he's going to remove it by like September 15th or something. Like, but yeah, so I mean, so hopefully, I told my title rep we're not celebrating this until it's stamped by the county. Done.
Yeah, totally in the record books.
Yeah, but it's looking more promising because it forecloses next Friday. Yeah, I know.
Oh, you're enjoying this little clip? Well, the rest of the story is available on any of your podcast apps. Just go search for and subscribe to Crazy Shit in Real Estate with Leigh Brown.